Hello, and welcome to episode 36 of Learning Canadian English. I'm your host, Jen.
And I'm Mike. It's great to be with you all today. Jen, I am especially excited about today's topic because it involves one of my favorite subjects, food.
Me too, Mike. Today we are talking about a truly iconic Canadian dish. We're counting down the top 5 types of poutine you have to try in Canada.
Absolutely. Now, for our listeners who might be new to Canada or haven't heard of it before, let's start with the basics. What exactly is poutine?
That's a great question. At its heart, poutine is a very simple but delicious dish. It has 3 main ingredients. First, you have French fries.
Good start.
Second, you add cheese curds. And these aren't just any shredded cheese. Cheese curds are small, fresh pieces of cheese that are very popular here. They have a mild taste and a slightly rubbery texture.
Right. They famously make a squeaking sound when you bite into them. That's how you know they're fresh.
Exactly. And the third and final ingredient is a hot, savoury gravy that gets poured all over the fries and cheese curds. The heat from the gravy slightly melts the cheese and warms everything up. It's perfect comfort food.
It really is. And it's important to know that poutine comes from the province of Quebec. It became popular there in the 1950s and has since become a symbol of Canadian cuisine. You can find it everywhere now, from food trucks to fancy restaurants.
That's right. It started as a simple local dish and is now famous worldwide. I remember the first time I tried it after moving to Canada. I was a bit skeptical. Fries, cheese, and gravy sounded like a strange mix.
Yeah, I can see that.
But after one bite, I completely understood. The combination of the crispy fries, the squeaky cheese, and the warm gravy is just perfect. What about you, Mike?
Oh, I loved it immediately. It reminded me a bit of some loaded fries dishes you can find back in India, but the cheese curds and the specific type of gravy made it unique. It's now my go-to meal on a cold day.
Awesome. Well, now that everyone knows what poutine is, let's get into our countdown. Are you ready to start with number 5?
And coming in at number 5 on our list is the classic poutine.
You can't go wrong with the original.
Exactly. This is poutine in its purest form. Crispy, golden brown French fries, fresh, squeaky cheese curds, and the rich beef or chicken-based gravy. Before you try any of the wilder variations, you have to start here. It's the foundation for everything else.
I totally agree. It's simple, but when done right, it is absolutely incredible. The key is the quality of the ingredients. The fries should be thick enough to not get soggy, and the cheese curds must be fresh.
Right. It's a classic for a reason. So, a key vocabulary word here for our listeners is classic. Classic. Classic means something that is judged over time to be of the highest quality and outstanding of its kind.
Perfect. So that's number 5, the classic. Now for number 4, we start to add some new flavors. Coming in at number 4 is Montreal smoked meat poutine.
Oh, this is an amazing one. 2 iconic Quebec foods in one dish.
It really is. So for our listeners, Montreal smoked meat is a type of deli meat similar to pastrami. It's made by salting and curing beef brisket with spices. The meat is tender, a little bit spicy, and incredibly flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
In this poutine, they take the classic poutine and add a generous amount of this chopped smoked meat on top. Some places even add a drizzle of mustard.
The saltiness from the smoked meat, combined with the rich gravy and the cheese, is just a perfect combination. It makes the dish much heartier and more filling. It's a full meal, not just a snack.
Definitely a full meal. A great vocabulary word here is savoury. Savoury. Savoury means salty or spicy, not sweet. The Montreal smoked meat adds a deep, savoury flavor to the poutine.
Excellent word. Okay, are you ready for number 3?
Let's hear it.
All right, our number 3 pick is pulled pork poutine.
Ooh, this is a very popular one all across Canada, not just in Quebec. It has a bit of a southern barbecue influence.
Totally. For anyone who doesn't know, pulled pork is a dish where pork shoulder is cooked very slowly for many hours until it is so soft you can pull it apart with a fork. It's usually mixed with a sweet and smoky barbecue sauce.
And when you put that on top of a poutine, it's just magical. The sweetness of the barbecue sauce is a fantastic contrast to the savory gravy. Plus, the pork is so incredibly soft and juicy.
It really is. It adds a whole new layer of texture and flavor. A great word to describe the pork is tender. Tender. Tender means easy to cut or chew, not tough. The slow cooking process makes the pulled pork extremely tender.
That's a perfect description. All right, we reached our top 2. These are some of the more modern and creative takes on poutine. And number 2 is one that I think you'll appreciate, Mike. It's butter chicken poutine.
Yes, I was hoping this would be on the list. This is the ultimate Canadian fusion food. It combines a classic from my home country, India, with a classic from my new home, Canada.
Exactly. The word fusion, Fusion, is a great vocabulary word. It means joining 2 or more things together to make one. Fusion food combines different styles of cooking.
And it's a perfect example of Canada's multiculturalism. Instead of the traditional gravy, this poutine is topped with a rich, creamy, and slightly spicy butter chicken sauce. Then you have pieces of tender tandoori chicken and cheese curds. It's incredible.
It really works so well. The creamy, tangy tomato sauce is so good with the fries. Tangy, Tangy, means a strong, sharp taste. The sauce has a lovely tang to it.
It does. For anyone who loves Indian food and loves poutine, this is a must-try. It shows how creative Canadian food can be.
I couldn't agree more. Okay, Mike, it's time for the big reveal. What is our number 1 must-try poutine in Canada?
All right, drum roll please. The number 1 poutine to try in Canada is Lobster poutine.
Oh, a very fancy choice. This takes poutine from a simple comfort food to a gourmet meal.
It really does. Gourmet, Gourmett, is a great word. It refers to high quality, special, or fancy food. This poutine is most popular in Canada's Atlantic provinces, like Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, where lobster is fresh and famous.
Right. So this version usually has the classic fries and cheese curds, but it's topped with big, juicy chunks of lobster meat. And instead of a regular gravy, it often has a creamy, buttery sauce, sometimes like a hollandaise or a lobster bisque.
The richness of the lobster and the buttery sauce with the cheese and fries, it's so decadent. That's our vocabulary word, decadent. It means luxuriously self-indulgent. It's a special treat.
It definitely is. It can be more expensive, but if you're visiting the East Coast of Canada, it is an experience you won't forget.
So there you have it, our top 5. The classic, Montreal smoked meat, pulled pork, butter chicken, and lobster poutine. My stomach is rumbling now.
Mine too. Before we go, let's give our listeners a quick tip. If you want to order one of these, you can go to a restaurant that specializes in poutine, called a poutinerie. You can just walk up to the counter and say, "Can I have the pulled pork poutine, please?" Or, "I'd like to try the classic poutine."
Very simple.
It is, and they often ask if you want a small or large size. A small is usually enough for one person as a snack, but if it's your whole meal, you might want a large.
That's great advice. And let's do a quick recap of our vocabulary words for today. We had classic, savoury, tender, fusion, tangy, gourmet, and decadent. These are all great adjectives to describe food.
They are! We hope this episode has made you hungry and curious to try poutine. It's a delicious part of Canadian culture.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for listening to Learning Canadian English.
Join us next time when we'll be talking about how to navigate Canada's public transit systems. Until then, take care, and if you try a poutine, let us know your favorite.